Three masked men rob a bank and get away with 400 grand. But here's the twist. One of the robbers was the bank's own employee. On December 27, 2008, three masked men walked into the Bank of America in the coastal town of Duck Key, Florida. They were obviously there to rob the bank because one of them was carrying a duffel bag. The other two had guns. As they approached the counter, an alarm started blaring, which made one of the gunmen nervous. He didn't like the attention. So while his partner kept watch over the terrified customers and employees, he jumped the counter and tried to disable the alarm system. It didn't work. So he went back to his getaway car and sped off. His two accomplices weren't able to get into the vault, so they grabbed $400,000 in cash from the tellers and ran out to the getaway car. They all got away except for one man. See, one of the employees recognized one of the robbers as someone he knew. He'd just recently been hired at the bank and nobody knew much about him. His name was David Sadar Islam, and when the police checked his history, they found out that he had an extensive criminal record under several different aliases. It turned out that David had set up the robbery with his two friends, Reginald Cummings and Lorenzo Naciel. David knew that the alarm would sound when they entered the bank, so he'd taken the key to the vault and hidden it somewhere in his car. When they arrived, David parked the car and hid the duffel bag in the bush near the entrance. Then he and his two accomplices went into the bank and committed the robbery. After getting the money, they each took a different getaway car and sped off. Police were able to track down Reginald pretty quickly. He was arrested on drug charges in another state and was extradited back to Florida to face bank robbery charges. Lorenzo was also caught soon after. The FBI put out a be on the lookout order for David, but he managed to evade capture for a few months. He was eventually found living in a hotel under a false name and was arrested. All three men were convicted and sentenced to federal prison. David got 12 years, Reginald got 10, and Lorenzo got 7. Now, if you ask me, that doesn't seem like enough time for a guy who risked his life and the lives of everyone else in the bank for $400,000. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a small YouTuber with a tiny brain. Thanks for watching.